So now it's time to go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, sponsored by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room. Get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good friend, Tommy Greene. Good morning, T.
Good morning, guys. Happy Father's Day to you all, dads.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to all the guys out there. Hey, Tommy, man, I got to tell you, I so enjoy having you on every Sunday because you calm me down. We are on such a roller coaster ride, but I guess that's what baseball is nowadays, right?
Yeah, if it was that easy, you'd be playing. So
he got you with that one, Schreiner.
It's the ebbs and flows, man. You got to ride the wave. You're just hoping the waves are not 10-footers and they're just the rolling waves,
Right.
little 2-footers. You know what I mean? When you go through bad stretches, but that's the nature of the beast a little bit. This team is seen to be. They're back and forth a little bit, but it's about getting hot at the right time, and we know that, and we just hope they can find that momentum at the right time, and kind of stretch it out and turn those, that one couple weeks ago when they went through that bad stretch.
5 in a row?
Yeah. Yeah, well, they don't do that much. Anymore, really. Right. We can't afford to lose, 9 out of 10. That puts you behind the 8 ball later in the season a little bit, and we just need to be a little bit more consistent in things. We're beat up a little bit too, so we got to find a way. Some guys, we're finding out what we got a little bit with some guys, a little bit different roles, guys coming up, and hopefully they can keep us in the next man up attitude and bring some things to the team that adds a little bit of spark and does some things, So that's just baseball. That's the way it goes.
You're looking at the Phillies' record. We're 3.5 games behind the stinking Mets. We're 41-29. That's pretty good. But Tommy, I remember I think you told me this. Like for every guy that's in the playing professional sports, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, or ice hockey, for every guy, if you make it to that level, you have the ability. It's just being consistent. Like let's look at Kirkring. You look at Kirkring, he was struggling earlier, right? But now Kirkring is like in 18 appearances since May 1st. In that span, he's posted a 0.56 ERA. What happened to him? Like, how do you all of a sudden find it, Tommy?
Well, it's a lot of it's just confidence and things. When you get out and have a successful night, you kind of run with it. It's being a reliever. You have to have a short memory. Or you're not going to be around long. If you're dwelling on the negatives all the time, and which you tend to look at it, that way a little bit. You find that's just busting on you a little bit. You find some, that's sort of our job a little bit. That gives us something to talk about.
Right.
But if you dwell on them, how are you supposed to be look at the bright side and be positive and move forward and learn from your mistakes? And that's what's the thing. I think he started putting together things a little bit to help him
because he's got the talent, right? He's got the talent.
He's got great. He's got velocity. He's got an outstanding breaking ball. It's all about maybe not getting down into a pattern a little bit, and not missing over the plate as much. That's the thing. He's getting a little more consistent in what he's doing. You go through those times where you kind of get out of whack a little bit. Being a starter, you get out of whack in a game, you find yourself out of game, and you're not pitching for another 5 days. He might have to pitch tomorrow night. You know what I mean? So he's got to forget about that. So it's a tough job. And that's what makes a good reliever a good reliever. Pitching with Mitch Williams. He was one of those guys. He said you just have to. The key to it, you just got. I'm out there again tomorrow. I'm last night or tonight's gone. I got to prepare myself for tomorrow already. There was that type of thing. So I think he's done a good job of that. The maturation process, seeing him come up the last couple of years, the roles they put him in and kind of walking him in and getting in more high leverage situations. Hopefully one day he can take the bull by the horns and finish a lot of these games off because he's got the stuff to do it with.
Right.
But it all depends on the command. The command, is he going to be the command, a closer? You have to have that command. You know what I mean? So.
Tommy, I want to ask you about Jesus Luzardo. He went from a true Cy Young threat in the National League with a 2.15 ERA as early as
All-Star appearance was on his. He was going ahead to the All-Star game
as recently as May 25th, and then obviously had the 2 bad starts, 20 earned runs and 5 2/3 innings pitched. And obviously the Phillies pitching staff, Caleb Cotham and everyone over there, kind of had a feeling that he was tipping his pitches, and even his teammates, even Luzardo did, because it seemed like the Brewers and the Blue Jays were just mashing everything he threw. I'm not sure if you got a chance to see his last start this Wednesday against the Cubs, but he goes out, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 earned run with 10 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Do you think this was just a blip on the radar for Luzardo and he's back, or should we be concerned about him moving forward?
Well, I mean, I'm not concerned. It's all about health. I mean, if he's healthy, I'm not concerned with it because, it's all about stuff. And the thing about, I went through sort of the same situation, not in the big leagues, though, in the minor leagues where one of my coaches that come over, he was a veteran guy from the big leagues that come down. It was named by the name of Johnny Grubb. He used to play, for Detroit and the Texas Rangers back in the day. He come down when I was in AAA, and he was calling my pitches from the dugout. And he told me. I was tipping, but that's their job. They're trying. Everybody in the dugout's trying to pick up something to, if they can see something, and the guys want to know. That's what happens sometimes. Was I watching Luzardo to see if he was tipping and analyzing him like that? No, but it can happen where guys pick up on things, like that. He had 2 back-to-back starts like that, and it was 2 separate teams. So, obviously, I don't know if all of them picked up on something like that, but I think he got over the plate a little bit. Not all the pitches were like that, but I think they might have could have picked up on something like that and did that, because to see him hit like that with that type of stuff is, to give up that many runs is it's tough. But that one outing, everything happened so quick, it was hard to get somebody ready, so to speak. And it sort of hung out in the dry. That's why he gave up so many runs in that game.
Right.
So, but it's good to see him kind of correct the ship a little bit to get that confidence back in, because he missed a lot of bats. So I was at the game, that day. So I was walking around and watching the best I could. So it was glad to see him get back on track, in that right direction, pointing that ship in the right direction. So obviously they found something. They gave him a little boost of confidence, and the thing, and now I hope he's just. It's hard to repeat what he did so early in the season, because it's like it's hard. Guys that do that. You're looking at the elite of the elite, and he's got the stuff to be that. So now it's all about the consistency thing. So hopefully, he gets on that good train again and going down the track, and because we need stuff like that. We had a good week pitching and really swinging the bat, average wise and stuff too. We're in the top of the league and some categories like that. So that's how we had a 4-2 week rather than a 1-5 week. So.
Hey, good morning, Tommy. So a lot of the talk surrounding the Phillies as of late has been looking towards the trade deadline and what Dave Dombrowski's going to do with this roster. Obviously, it seems like they could use a lot of help in a couple key areas. Mainly, the talks have been around center field and the bullpen. And I was wondering what you think the Phillies' biggest priority should be going into this trade deadline. Do you think it's looking after some bullpen arms to shore up this bullpen, or looking more towards like a center field replacement?
Well, I think like that, because you look at the numbers. Look who had the best week average wise, hitting. So it was Brandon Marsh. Yeah, he hit over 600 for the week. So our talent's there. It's about the guys waking up and doing it.
Right.
It was sort of disappointing. Yesterday, what was it? We won the game the way we wanted to go, 3-2 or whatever it was. We had 4 hits.
Yeah, that's nice. It was 3-2. We had 4 hits.
But sometimes you got to. They basically sort of gave it to us a little bit. And they hit a couple guys, walked a couple guys, wild pitch. Doing all kind of crap. But it's about taking. It's about whatever. However you win a game, you win a game. But the things I think we have to have guys that starting to wake up and start and swing the bat. You got to win games some ways, that you do it. And right now, I'd rather be a little lucky than good, so to speak. I'll take that luck all day, with that. So, I mean, that gets the mojo going in the right direction because winning makes you happy. You feel good about yourself a little bit. You can take pride in your defense, when you're not, so to speak, swinging the bat good. And I think that's a key thing, But trade deadline wise, I don't think you ever can have enough pitching. So if there's somebody available, to help the bullpen and stuff out, that would be outstanding.
Yep.
And but I think the talent is there. It's about just getting on that streak, man. I mean, is one guy going to make that big of a difference? We got to get our guys healthy. Right. We got to get Harper back. And because he changes the way guys get pitched in front of him and behind him. So that's the thing. He might not be swinging the bat good, but still that threat's there. You know what I mean? So. That's a huge thing.
And by the way, Brandon Mars is hitting 254. I mean, he was down at 091, so he's come a long way.
I'm telling you, man. All right. Just leave him alone a little bit. Let him keep working.
All right, Zach Wheeler's on the hill today. And Zach Wheeler, man, he's got 101 strikeouts. He's fourth in the league behind Gore, Sale, Webb, Mackenzie Gore, Chris Sale, Logan Webb, and then Wheeler's fourth. But Wheeler's fourth. He's got 101, and after today, he could possibly get up to at least second place. But you look at him, he's probably a start behind because he was out because his family situation. Well, he's 6-2 with a 2.85 ERA. That's outstanding.
Yeah.
That's all-star.
Bats. You miss bats. That shows you about the stuff that guys have. You know what I mean? You look at the top of that, top of the people with strikeouts like that. They got finished. They got something that they finish guys off with. They miss bats. The game's changed a little bit more now. I think guys, it doesn't really bother them as bad to strike out. You know what I mean? Back in the day, guys took pride at putting balls in play. I mean, not striking out. And that was the thing. You put a ball in play, you can be hurt. There could be a bloop, broken bat hit, whatever, but you take big swings and stuff like that. Sometimes guys strike out a lot. But to have a guy that can put guys away like that's a huge thing, in situations. So it's as a pitcher, that's, when you get to that level and you got that mojo going he's got, it's a pretty exciting day at the ballpark to watch him pitch. It's good to have that problem every fifth day that the Phillies got, having Zach Wheeler pitching.
I think you're right about that. He's lights out. All right, Tommy Greene, as always, we really appreciate you. Happy Father's Day. I'm sure Wendy's going to do something special for you tonight. Cook you a nice dinner.
Just being with her special. That makes it a great Father's Day.
That keeps you in line.
That's a smart man right there. A smart comment by a smart man.
All right, Tommy, as always, we appreciate you, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
You got it, pal.
There he is on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene. Is sponsored by Blitz's Market in Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399-9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room and get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine.